So you're saying that you have personally viewed objects on the moon that are not just part of the moon?
That's correct. I had a sighting with 8 people. Together we were at the elevation of 7,000 feet where we set up our telescope, where we observed 2 nights in a row 3 enormous large objects in the crater Archimedes, and cigar-shaped, one crater in the northern part, one spacecraft in the northern part, and 2 in the southern part of the crater. So when I made contact with other people that were interested in the same subject, they confirmed my findings, because they too had seen different objects, large objects on the moon.
That sounds like something that would have to be seen by professional astronomers at the big observatories. Are they talking?
Some of them do, some of them don't. I remember one case of Walter Haas, was a professional astronomer that in the 1940s already had observed these mysterious objects on the moon and moving lights, and he had organized a group of astronomers that observed hundreds of these objects over a period of several weeks.
Now, as I understand it, your book talks about things that NASA found, that the astronauts found when they went there. What did they find?
For instance, astronaut Stafford made a statement that he is observing right now very pretty little volcanoes on the moon. They found, by leaving seismic instrumentation on the surface, that there is still seismic activity that's registering there. That means that the moon is not a dead place, that something is taking place inside in its interior. They found water geysers spraying water over a wide area on the lunar surface, and they also, when the Apollo astronauts approached a surveyor spacecraft that had landed there earlier by remote control, they removed the camera system, and the whole spacecraft was thoroughly sterilized, everything. And when they brought the system back to Earth, they found microbes, not only on the lens, outside, but also inside the lens, growing in the camera system. And so consequently, microbes, according to my interpretation, means there's something alive. And that if there are microbes on the moon, that may lead to other living things.
And what about the alien bases themselves? What evidence have you got of that, and what do you think is there?
From my studies and my photographs, I find many oval and cigar-shaped and round glowing objects on the moon. On the lunar backside, I have studied an area that shows 10 objects neatly parked in rows. Of course, it takes about 14, 15 times enlargement to see anything clearly, halfway clearly. But still, you can know for sure that this is something that is artificial. It's not artificial, but it's man-made, because there are rows lined up of seem to be like egg-shaped objects or oval objects that have to be made by some intelligent creatures in civilization. This one was taken in 1952.